Now that Democratic frontrunner Eric Swalwell is out of the race for governor, the California Democratic Party is set to give an update next week on where the candidates stand. Our political experts join me now. Democratic Party strategist Steven Maviglio, Republican strategist Tim Rosales. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Steve, let me start with you. What do you expect with the party releasing this new poll, this voter index next week?
I think this race is still a jump ball. The dust has not settled yet. There continue to be allegations that are coming out, and voters are looking around. If nothing else, I think this episode crystallized the importance of voters to start focusing on this race because they've been sitting back, and now they see what the choices are. Hopefully, these last few weeks will have people fasten their seatbelt and decide who they're going to vote for. Okay, and Tim, your thoughts here?
Well, I think both Democrat and Republican candidates still really need to define themselves to the candidates, or to the, define themselves to the voters. The candidates themselves, Hilton and Bianco, are really splitting Republican voters, even with Trump's endorsement. And on the Democratic side, I don't see anyone has really elevated themselves as kind of a clear leader of the pack. And even with Swalwell out, sure, you see Becerra making some gains, you see Tom Steyer making some gains, all of those are predictable, but still, even though minute, there is a chance on the table that Republicans could occupy the top two spots in this primary election.
So following up on that, I mean, who ultimately, though, do you see benefiting from the Swalwell exit?
Well, I think you're going to have Javier Becerra. I think Katie Porter could probably be the biggest dark horse here, and I do think Tom Steyer has kind of reached his ceiling and doesn't have a lot of place to go. But that's my prediction about Democrats, which isn't always good.
Yeah, Steve, do you concur?
No, I think, Steyer, just because he's been on the air full-time blasting his ads, is going to continue to do well because he's the candidate most people are familiar with. And I think the unions are going to drift there because they align with him on a lot of these issues. Mahan is also on the air for the first time. We'll see his numbers probably pop up. He's from the Bay Area. Could take some of that Swalwell vote from the regional aspect. And Katie Porter, if there's a backlash among women voters, I think she stands to benefit from this as well.
You mentioned the unions, and I mean, with the Swalwell situation, the California Teachers Association, California Professional Firefighters, SCIU, all of these kingmaker groups who are involved in essentially anointing those in power in our state, I mean, they all endorsed him, and then they all quickly unendorsed him. I mean, what does that say about these groups and also just about the endorsement process? Does any of it matter?
Well, I think a lot of Democratic groups, not only the unions, went into this with their blinders on because they were looking for the biggest fighter against Trump. And they didn't do the proper vetting that should have been done. We know that now, Monday morning quarterbacking. But I think, the boots on the ground from unions certainly help. The communication from unions and what is expected to be a pretty low turnout election will make a difference.
Tim, do Republicans see it that same way?
I think so. And the fact is when you get these endorsements, a lot of times they're just picking the front runner or who they perceive has the best chance of winning at that particular time. And we've seen instances, not just this one, but even in the past, where they've kind of put all their chips in on a particular candidate, and that candidate has flaws that are found out during the campaign, and things move pretty rapidly. When your star dims, it dims quickly in politics.
All right. Tim, Steve, we always appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.